Hi everyone, welcome. This is Daisy Case Primitives and my name is Christy. This is a channel about cross stitch and decorating and other handcrafts that I'm like and may want to share. Today we're in my office / craft room, storage room. Again, I think I did my second video from this room, but on the other side. So today we got a view of my desk and little Halloween tree, which will be coming down in a few days. I'll be changing out Halloween for turkeys and Thanksgiving and pilgrim items. I'll keep my pumpkins and leaves and gourds and that kind of thing, but we'll be switching that out. So I wanted to let you see my little tree. Let's see. First of all, I want to give some thank yous. Many comments. I've tried to acknowledge each one. I hope that I've not been able to answer or reply to every comment. I've tried to at least like it or let you know that I read it. I've tried to answer the questions. There may be some that I may have missed, and I'm sorry about that if I did. If I don't answer your question either in comments or in a video, please go ahead and ask it again. And I'll try my best to answer you. Wow, all the new subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone's support and encouragement and being so nice and so welcoming of me to the FlossTube community. It means a lot to me and I appreciate it. I need to make some thank yous to some that have given me a shout out. The 2/2 Stitchers, Beth and Susan, thank you ladies. They're fairly new channel, FlossTube. And they have some great projects going on. You should go check them out. 2/2 Stitchers. I need to give a thank you to Shanda, my new sister. Shanda, her channel is Stitching in Idaho, and she's a crafter, quilter, and a stitcher. And she's my quilting idol. I want to learn from her. I have so many questions I'd like to ask her, but thank you, Shanda. And a big, huge thank you to my stitching idol, Carol, the Saltbox Stitcher. Thank you so much for watching my videos and the wonderful comments that you made. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Okay, on to the stitching. I had an FFO since I last talked to you. I fully finished Where the Bittersweet Blooms by Brenda Gervais. And here it is. This was, oh, let's see. I don't remember how much I had yet to go last time we visited, but I had thought about making it smaller to put in a smaller frame. And then after I was looking at it, I was going to have to eliminate these lower letters and probably a section in order for it to fit. And after I looked at it, the more I liked how it was designed. It was so pretty. I liked all the motifs on the side. So I thought I'm going to go ahead and complete it. Sorry about that. Glare. There we go. That's better. And so here it is. This was just a wood frame that I got from Michael's, I think. And I painted it kind of a burnt umber color. It was just an unfinished wood frame. Painted it burnt umber. And then I took sandpaper and scuffed off the paint, on the corners, on the edges, and then I antique waxed it to finish it. So I'm happy with that. Now I can put this out. I'll probably leave this out for Thanksgiving. So that was my FFO. Then I had another finish, and this one's kind of funny. I thought was a finish. I worked again on 3 Black Eyed Susans by Brenda Gervais. And I didn't have much left to do when we last saw each other. I just had to finish the grass and some more letters. Well, I posted this on Instagram, and I was so pleased with myself that it was a finish, but it's not. I left out the Q. It's supposed to go right here. So I was so pleased to have this finished, and then after I was looking at the photos, and I left the Q out. So I'm calling it a finish. I'll get it finished here pretty soon. Anyway, that's 3 Black Eyed Susans on 36 count. Oh goodness, what's this called? Sugared Ginger, Vintage Sugared Ginger by Lakeside. And this, it was really very bright, and I coffee dyed it, and it really toned it down. And I used all the called for, except I use a Coloring Cotton different floss for her dress to make it more purpley modeled. And I'm sorry, I don't know what that was, but that's that finish. I thought that I might mount her on this board. So I had hubby cut this out, and we sanded it down, and then the more I'm thinking about it, I thought I would just kind of fold the edges under and hem it, and then just kind of, I've got some like old upholstery tacks that I thought that I would just tack it on, but I don't know. I did find something else that I bought on Etsy that looks pretty cool that I might change gears and use that board for it. Something for Christmas that you'll see coming up. Maybe another tutorial. Side note, last video that I did was the coffee dyeing video, how I do coffee dyeing. I did not say in the video that coffee recipe is not my recipe. There's all kinds of variations of that recipe out there and available. And so my technique is nothing new. It's nothing that I developed. It's just what I have taken from other primitive designers, their recipes, and what their directions for over dyeing, coffee dyeing pieces. And I've just kind of worked out my own technique over time. So that's not unique to me. That's not my personal recipe. But I hope everyone enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. And thank you all for the feedback and the comments. I appreciate that. Okay. So that was FFO and an FO, fully finished object and a finished object. Now we'll go to WIPs, works in progress. I've been working on a little bit. The Good Reverend. The Reverend Gordon Squashbottom. What a name. And he's quite the dapper dude. Last time I showed you that I wanted to work on him. as one of my plans. And I got a little more done on him. This is on 40 count straw with the called for DMC. So now the good Reverend has half of a coat, part of his hat, and all his head. And he's coming together. That big old white house was lots of stitches in that. And I love him. I love pumpkin head people. So that's something that I've been working on. Then I also worked on Lottie Dawes Pumpkins 3. I've been working on this for the Great Pumpkin Sow. And I spoke about that in my last video, what that was all about. I'm stitching this on a 36 count piece of mystery linen. And I'm using Onyx, Gentle Arts Onyx. And that is my progress. I'm not sure what I think of this linen. It's kind of hard to stitch on. It's kind of flimsy, but I do like the coloring of it. And I really like the onyx thread on there. So that's a little more progress on that one. Also in my plans, I told you last time that I wanted to work some more on Miriam Dowd by Primitive Things, Linda Gillen. It's a very long and narrow stitch. And I'm doing this for a specific location that I have in mind that I want to hang it. And here's a little more of my progress. I think the last time I showed you, I had stitched down to this row, and now I've gotten that much more complete. It's really cute. I think at this point now, I'm probably halfway. This has been really a pretty little border stitch. And I like that little house with the red door. So there's my progress on Miriam Dowd. This is the one that Shanda Stitching in Idaho has completed. So there's that. I stitched the Miriam Dowd on 36 count vintage country mocha using the called for DMC threads. Okay, next up we'll talk about plans for what I want to stitch next. And because Halloween is coming up, and we just have a few more days of that left, and I'll be taking all of my Halloween down and then putting up Thanksgiving and turkey stuff, pilgrim stuff. I want to do a few more turkey related items. So I'm going to pull out Thomas of Not Forgotten Farms. I did start this one. I think it was a Mania start, and it doesn't even hardly count as a start. It's just a few stitches, but I did. I think that's the top. This is stitched on 32 count fall leaf linen. I think I got it from 1-2-3 Stitch, but I like the color, and I'm not sure of the maker, but I did like the coloring of it. And I'm using the called for DMCs. Then I also want to focus on, for the next couple of weeks, another mania start called Turkey Trot. It's in this book, Autumn at Not Forgotten Farm. I've been on kind of a Lori Brooklyn Not Forgotten Farm kick here lately. She has a Christmas one that she just re-released. Gosh, I never can remember it, but I downloaded it and I'll be working on that pretty soon. Anyway, here is Turkey Trot. I love this. I love this big old house, and those turkeys are just, they're perfect. And then these motifs, I really like that. So here's my start on Turkey Trot. So I'll be focusing more on this one again. I think I made a mistake, and that's why I stopped. So I'm gonna have to go back and check myself, but look at that house and that turkey. So great. This book, there's lots of really nice designs in this book, and I did check yesterday, and Lori does have this this book on her Etsy site, so I know you can get it. Let's see, I'll do a little bit of a flip through here and show you what other designs are in the book. You get so many pretty things that you can make. Let's see, here's a punch needle piece. That's really pretty. And you could finish that many different ways. That's called Bittersweet. Here is a table runner called Squash Blossom. Let's turn it this way, you can see it better. That's cute. So all the pattern and finishing or instructions are included in this. Then the next project would be Turkey Trot. I showed you that. Here's a wool hook project called Gathering Basket. That's really pretty. Here's another photo of it. That's pretty. Sorry for the glare. How big is that piece? 12-inch diameter. That's doable. I've done a few hooked rug pieces, and I haven't been able to get back to them. I'm not real great with the great big projects, but I could do that one. This one's called Autumn Banner. That's really cute. And September's Blessing. I did start this. I need to get back to that. I'm probably going to tone down these flowers a little, but it's cute. And, oh, this is really cute. Calico Shoe Thimble Keep. Right here is where you put your thimble. And it's also doubles as a pin cushion. That's really cute. Lori is so creative. She's quite the artist. And then this one, Old Farmhouse. Now this one I have done and completed, and I have shown this in some of my previous videos. I think in my fall decorating video. And here it is. Sorry for the glare. You can see the background of my room. Anyway, there's my finish. This one really went pretty quickly. And you can see this is not museum glass. It's just a frame that I think I got from either Walmart or Hobby Lobby. But I'm not worried about preserving this piece. But it's really, really cute. Not good. Okay. So that's that book. So Turkey Trot was in that book. I'm going to continue working on that some more this next month. And I have some other small turkey patterns that I've stitched in the past and then sold them all. I want to keep some things for myself, so I need to do some what I call me stitching. I need to do that. And then I will continue with the Pumpkins 3 and continue out the South for the rest of October. So let's see, we're at 21 minutes. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about decorating and antiques a little bit. So if that's not your thing, thank you for watching. Hope you come back. And we'll see you next time. I want to talk about dough bowls. Here's a little bit of a rabbit trail. I think it was 2009, I set up a Facebook profile. And I've said this before, my style had always been like country primitive. And once I was on Facebook, I found several of the primitive decorating groups that I joined. And my whole world just opened up then. Most of my friends do not appreciate or get primitive style. My family has just had to tolerate it over the years. They really didn't have any choice. My kids did not know any better. And my husband, he's been good about it. He didn't care. He let me do whatever I wanted. It didn't matter to him. As long as I was happy, it was a good thing. So when I found primitive decorating groups, I could, I had somebody to talk to this about and get new ideas. My mother always had kind of what they call early American and a more of a country tendency towards her decorating. So my mom gets me, but most everyone else doesn't understand the primitive design. I kind of found it tends to be you either love it primitive or you don't love it and not your thing. So when I found these groups, I was happy and began to learn all kinds of new things. I learned about antiques, so many antiques, and just getting new ideas of how to decorate your home with primitives and antiques, and new ideas and new places that you could go to buy things. Also how you could make a lot of things yourself to add to your decor. So anyway, one of the things that I've heard lots of FlossTubers talk about, and I even use myself, are dough bowls. And we like to use them to display our stitching in. This is a reproduction dough bowl. And it's not even, this is made of resin. It's not really authentic. But it's what I use to display lots of things, lots of different things. I think in my fall decorating video, you could see this on my wood burning stove. I had a candle in it with some greenery and some butter paddles in it. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a little bit of history and explanation about dough bowls and what they were and why are we using them now. I love history. I love American history primarily, colonial times, and up into, pioneer times. I never really cared about history when I was in school. It wasn't that interesting to me. I wish now that I would have paid more attention. So I'm learning as I'm getting older all the time. But anyway, dough bowls, and I'm going to kind of reference my notes so that I can remember to tell you everything. They were typically hand carved from a piece of wood, one piece of wood. And they could be oval shaped, they could be round, rectangular, they could be smaller than this one, they can even be larger. Sometimes they may be referenced as trenchers also. Some may have handles. Some may be, they may even be more square. I should have brought my other one in here too. I have another one that's more like a slab. But they may be not so indented. They may just kind of cut off square on the ends. But they used them for primarily making their bread. They would mix up the ingredients in the bowl to make dough, hence the term a dough bowl. So they put their ingredients in and they mix it all up, and then they would knead it inside the bowl, and then they would cover it with a cloth and let the dough rise. And they preferred using the wood because it would retain the heat better for the fermentation or the rising of the dough or biscuits or rolls or whatever. They weren't just only for making dough. They would use them for chopping up things, use it as a serving dish or serving platter. Sometimes they may work up butter. After it's been churned, they may put their butter in here and work it up and then scoop it out to put in molds. All kinds of purposes. But it was like a major kitchen staple in the day and age. And it would be like our mixers, our blenders, or it was a vital piece of equipment or a tool that they would use in their kitchens. And over time and over use, they'd really gain a lot of interesting, really pretty patina from all the wear and the use that they would get. And they would be considered pretty valuable, and mothers would hand them down to their daughters. But we're lucky that there's several true authentics still to this day that are there. There's many, many reproductions, as is mine. There's many that are really made out of wood, but they're a reproduction. They're not a true authentic antique. But I love them because you can put your stitching in them. And I should have brought a pillow in. And I don't have one in here. But you can just fill it up with all your little pin keeps and pillow tucks. So that's a little bit about dough bowls. Okay, now we're at 29 minutes, and it takes forever for my videos to upload, so I'm going to stop right there and say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing my stitching progress and where I'm heading from there, and my little bit of ramblings. And I hope you all are well and staying well in this crazy time that we're living. And I hope to see you again in a couple of weeks. So take care.